Even during his 50-day jail time, Arvind Kejriwal slyly campaigned by eating mangoes, though the diabetic allegedly ate them to spike his sugar levels so high that he could get bail on medical grounds. The ED claims he ate 50 of them. But when is Kejriwal ever going to agree with the investigative agency?
Shh, I ate mangoes only 3 times.
But it's not the mangoes that are his real problem. It's liquor, more specifically, the 100 crore liquor scam that he is accused of, where it is alleged that in his chief minister's office, he met K. Kavita, Telangana's ex-chief minister KCR's daughter in March 2021 and asked her for
100 crore.
After which his deputy Manish Sisodia at his residence gave the order to tweak the liquor policy in favor of wholesalers,
Increase their commission from 5% to 12%.
leaving his secretary shocked.
Business interests have never before been mentioned in official meetings.
At that time, neither he nor anybody knew that a cartel of liquor business magnates from South India under the aegis of K. Kavita had transferred bags of cash worth 25 crore via their staff to the middlemen of AAP to become major players in Delhi's lucrative new liquor policy. Add another 20 crore worth of kickbacks that was sent to AAP through Mumbai's Angadia, Hawala operators, and we have a total of 45 crore that AAP used to fight the 2022 assembly elections in Goa. Muffler-wearing Aam Aadmi Kejriwal apparently even used this to stay in the 7-star Grand Hyatt Hotel in Goa to personally supervise the campaign. Meetings also took place at Delhi's Oberoi Hotel, where Kavita and a group discussed how to recover their 100 with AAP's key link man Vijay Nair, who worked in the shadows without any official designation in the party, mostly handling their media and communication strategy, and promoted AAP's new liquor policy through popular musicians, bands and comedians quite effectively. Nair seems so important to the party that he got accommodation in a government bungalow right next to Kejriwal. But it is his WhatsApp chats with Kavita's CA that have turned out to be the crucial piece of evidence that laid bare the scam, where it was found that in return for kickbacks, Kavita had got parts of the excise policy report even before it went to the Delhi Ministers' Council, and that the policy was specifically designed so that only big businesses could afford his 30 crore security deposit, auction licensing, and high-end fancy shop requirements. So lucrative was the license considered that Kavita got a whopping 32.5% Benami stake in Indo Spirits, a wholesale supplier, who was allotted the distributorship of Pernod Ricard, one of the biggest liquor manufacturers, helping them earn a hefty profit of 192 crore. But the question is, could all this just be the tip of the Liquorgate iceberg? Because Sisodia and the others are reportedly accused of destroying as many as 170 mobile phones during the scam period. And of the total 17 phones ED could recover, in most of them, the data had already been deleted. Kejriwal too misplaced the phone he used during the duration of the scam.
I don't know where it is.
ED tried hard, even officially contacting Apple to obtain access to the Chief Minister's current phone, but
Without the password, we cannot help.
But agencies were able to forensically evaluate Sisodia's computer and the printer at Oberoi Hotel that showed a document which linked the South Group with AAP. However, these allegations are yet to be proven with evidence in court as the trial is yet to start. Now, if you are an Aam Aadmi who wants to be safe while building your business, you may remember the ERP solution platform Odoo we introduced in some of our earlier videos with its easy-to-use website builder, e-commerce builder, and e-sign. But wait till you hear about their invoice app that not only offers secure billing to your clients but also automates and digitizes the whole payment process. Its advanced automation helps you to set up the invoice and send it to the client in a smooth and efficient way. The fascinating thing is that you can do it in a minute, less than the time taken to simultaneously prepare your Maggi. Just identify your customer who has to pay you and add their details to the top based on their info you have already stored in the database. Fill in your products and don't forget to charge any other consulting services. Prices, tax rates and terms and conditions are automatically updated according to your stored data. Don't forget to put billing and due date and any specific payment terms. Just confirm and the invoice is ready, which you can send directly by mail or print it. If your client pays you online, you can even track its status and how lovely it is to see the status turn green and paid. Best part about Odoo is that its first app is free and that too with unlimited support and lifetime hosting. So join 12 million Odoo users by clicking the link in the description and use Invoice to manage your client bills hassle-free. Now coming back to AAP and its Liquorgate scam. In 2021, Delhi's Deputy Chief Minister Manish Sisodia targeted raising money for the state and possibly for elections by privatizing Delhi's liquor business. Until then, booze in Delhi was sold from government-approved thekas or dens. Often Delhiites traveled to Gurugram, Haryana to buy their liquor as it was cheaper, but it deprived Delhi of income. So Sisodia divided Delhi city into 32 zones and auctioned each zone to a single private retailer, getting the government a massive upfront windfall of 8,917 crore from a combination of a one-time fee and an annual license fee. In lieu of this, he reduced taxes on liquor sales from a high of 25% to just 1% so as to compete with neighboring Gurugram and to kill the black market for liquor. The thekas of the past were transformed by the new private players into fancy new stores with ACs and CCTVs, who began offering big discounts, sometimes as high as 50%. Trippy Delhiites enjoyed the revelry, leading to a surge in wine and whiskey sales in the capital city. But Sisodia was accused of running the policy as if Delhi was his, taking most decisions on his own without involving Delhi's lieutenant governor. Arbitrarily but humanely gave sops like waiving of a month's license fee as lockdown relief, causing a notional 144 crore loss to the state exchequer. Later, ED also accused him of causing a 338 crore notional loss to the state by hiking wholesale commissions to 12%. Refunding a deposit of 30 crore to a bidder who failed to obtain clearance for his liquor vend in the airport zone, though it was the bidder's responsibility. Making beer cheaper by removing the levy of import fee of 50 rupees per case. Ignoring Indian liquor selling retailers who defaulted on license fees or illegally promoted their discounts through the media. Because in return for such waivers, Sisodia allegedly got kickbacks from the big licensees which AAP used to fight elections. All seemed hunky-dory, but the bubble started bursting just 6 months into the new policy. Huge discounts began burning a hole in the retailers' pocket as they couldn't earn enough compared to the high auction fees they had paid up front. Only big players who had both manufacturing and wholesale operations were able to sustain their businesses. Within months, 9 out of the 32 retail licensees and 4 of the 14 wholesalers surrendered their license. As many as 176 shops closed down, while 206 could never open in the first place as they were located in unauthorized markets of the city. All this affected taxes collected from liquor, which did not reach even the 6 to 7,000 crore that was being collected in the earlier system, and falling far short of target. Sisodia's brew got worse after Delhi's chief secretary squarely blamed the deputy chief minister for the mess and complained to the lieutenant governor, who called for a CBI probe, scaring Sisodia into tearing up his big bang privatization policy and reverting back to the safe old Sarkari one within 10 months. Yet, the scrapping didn't help, as CBI raided Sisodia's residence 3 weeks later and arrested him 6 months after that, making a volley of allegations, cutting down to size AAP Sisodia, who had effectively been running the Delhi government with 18 portfolios. And now they were coming after Kejriwal, terming him as the mastermind. So far, Kejriwal's name never came up in the scam until a species called approver, an accused who turns witness to get lenient punishment, ratted on him. One was the South Group's Magunta Reddy, whose family owns Balaji distilleries and has been in the liquor business for over 7 decades in Andhra Pradesh. He came under the scanner after his offices were raided in New Delhi, Nellore and Chennai in September 2022, but he remained least bothered. That attitude changed when in Feb 2023, his son Raghav was arrested by the ED on money laundering charges to influence Delhi's liquor policy. A worried Magunta changed his previous statements given to ED, finally naming Kejriwal, which helped get his son released 2 days later on health grounds, who also named Kejriwal in his new statement to the ED. Interestingly, Magunta also quit Jagan Mohan's party and joined BJP's NDA just days before the 2024 Lok Sabha elections. The other main approver is Hyderabad-based P. Sarath Chandra Reddy, one of the directors of Aurobindo Pharma, arrested by the ED for violating the liquor policy by winning licenses for 5 retail zones through proxy companies, while only 2 were allowed. 5 days after his arrest, Aurobindo Pharma bought electoral bonds worth 5 crore that were encashed by the BJP. He also is alleged to have not said a single word regarding Kejriwal during his first 11 statements given to the ED. But after getting bail 6 months later on the flimsy grounds of having back pain, which the ED didn't oppose, the Delhi court allowed Sarat to turn approver with a new statement accusing Kejriwal. Two others whose testimony came in handy are C. Arvind, Manish Sisodia's secretary, and Delhi-based businessman Dinesh Arora, another kickback giver. Based on these statements, ED issued 9 summons to Kejriwal over 6 months, but he ignored all of them. Finally, the ED arrested him just before the 2024 elections, promoting the perception that BJP was sabotaging AAP's election prospects. Even Sisodia has been in jail 15 months waiting for bail, and his trial too hasn't even started. Will that trial start conveniently just before Delhi goes in for assembly elections next year? However, the fact is that obtaining bail under Section 45 of PMLA, Prevention of Money Laundering Act, is extremely tough because the burden is on the accused to convince the court that he has not committed the offence and won't commit any after bail. Non-recovery of bribe money in Sisodia's case hasn't been enough to get him out on bail.
Allegations are of being part of a conspiracy consisting of multiple accused. Sufficient cases there.
Though ironically, this very reason was enough for AAP's Sanjay Singh to get bail in the same case from the Supreme Court. No money has been recovered from his possession, and such allegations could be tested in the trial. Kejriwal can technically and legally continue as chief minister from behind bars till he is not convicted, but that will be practically impossible, which creates a fertile ground for the imposition of President's rule in Delhi, though Amit Shah might not do it, as that will just give Kejriwal more public sympathy. Alternately, Kejriwal may elevate his wife as chief minister, who was recently seen issuing press conferences and campaigning in his absence. Over-ambitiousness for AAP allegedly led it to take kickbacks to fight an election in faraway Goa, where it could barely win 2 seats, sullying his image when once Kejriwal was the face of the anti-corruption tirade along with Anna Hazare in 2011. Sab mile hue chor hain. Now, life has come full circle for him as he has become what he once accused others of. Don't forget to click the Odoo link in the description and use its fantastic invoice app to manage your client bills hassle-free. Bisbo's Limerick. The new liquor policy reeked of smell and may end up spelling AAP's that knell. But when a giant crusader becomes a raider, then for sure we know that all's not well. You will also find these sources listed in our video description section.